There's a strange story making the rounds today. Investigative journalist Pablo Torre of The Athletic alleging on his podcast that Kawhi Leonard was paid $28 million by a tree planting company for a no-show job that allowed him and the Clippers to circumvent the NBA salary cap. The Clippers are denying the story, but the league will be investigating. The company, known as Aspiration, is said to have gotten off the ground with the help from Clippers owner Steve Ballmer's $50 million investment. But its co-founder recently agreed to plead guilty to defrauding investors out of almost $250 million. In a statement to the LA Times, the Clippers say neither Ballmer nor the team subverted the cap, and they ended their association with Aspiration years ago. No comments so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Fox 11 Weather is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino.
And as far as storms, we do have a few in our forecast the next couple of days in places like some of our mountains and deserts. I'll outline those in a moment. Most areas, though, quiet and getting gradually a little bit cooler. Here's a live view from our Mount Wilson camera. We see a little bit of smog or haze, but not much cloud cover. A mainly clear sky for most of the area today. You may have noticed the humidity still hanging around as well, but that's going to be going down to more like normal SoCal levels here over the next few days. All right, let's start with the radar and satellite over the state of California. Very little rain showing up right now. We talked about some of those fires in Northern California produced by some of the lightning. But again, not much rain at all on radar currently. And even locally, we don't see much at all. We were expecting at least the possibility over places like the low desert, maybe around Big Bear, that there might be a few storms forming today. We saw some of the cloud tops kind of growing vertically, but not quite producing the rain. So again, not much at all on radar here. We have a couple of storms closer to Vegas than LA, where we have a couple of flash flood warnings, as some of those are producing some heavy rain. And there was the risk that if some of those formed closer to us today, we might find some flood concerns, but the rain just didn't quite come together, and we don't expect much now as we go through the night. Although I'll pause the model here at about 10 o'clock tonight. It's trying to pop up one or two showers in a few remote areas. We'll watch for that tonight, but I don't expect much rain at all. Then as we continue into the morning tomorrow, maybe already early in the day, we could start to see a couple of showers take shape around parts of the low desert, but it's the heat of the day tomorrow when we really get the ingredients coming together for some rain and some thunderstorms that, again, like I said, is going to be mostly our eastern areas. Let's say from around Big Bear to Palm Springs, that general region. We'll have to watch for some scattered storms as you see forming around there tomorrow. Some of these could produce some heavy rain. Around the rest of Southern California, though, it should be pretty quiet. You'll just notice the clouds off in the distance. If you're looking from LA or Orange County, you'll see maybe some of those clouds again from the storms way off to the east. And then late day tomorrow, a lot of that should wind down. And then again, Friday, there's going to be that possibility for a few more storms. So the low desert rain forecast will keep some scattered thunderstorms in the forecast Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday, but after that, we get into a much calmer pattern. Also now, we've got temperatures kind of changing for us over the next several days because of what's happening with the broad overall pattern. High pressure has been making for some pretty warm temperatures lately. We'll be on the warm side the next few days, but it does cool slightly. I actually think we see the temps pop up slightly on Sunday, and then we see this dip right here, this trough of low pressure we call it, that's going to affect us next week. That starts to bring our temperatures down. You can see on the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, so we're looking about a week from today. Notice that blue over us, that means cooler than normal temperatures are likely. So let's explore that now on our forecast highs. This is for LA and inland Orange County. Notice again, it's still warm the next few days, but not as hot as it's been. We expect 80s with a little bit lower humidity. Should be a little more comfortable. Mid 80s through the weekend. Again, maybe just a little uptick in the temps barely on Sunday. And then check it out. Next week, we are heading to maybe a fall-like feel. Middle of next week, highs in the 70s. For the coast, not as big of a change. Upper 70s pretty much the next few days. Mid 70s next week. And finally, for the valleys in the Inland Empire, we're still kind of hot, but we are cooling. Low 90s this weekend with some 80s for the valleys and IE by next week. Christine?